I felt like a dog in the world, looking for a bone in my girl, and I'm just trying to eat. And I feel like everybody won't put me to sleep. I felt like a dog in the world, looking for a bone in my girl, and I'm just trying to eat. And I feel like everybody won't put me to sleep. Yeah, I feel like
there's so many bullies out right now. I wouldn't even say half of them are even true American bullies. A lot of them is mixed dogs, exotics. As far as American bullies, it's not hard to find a quality American bully, but nobody wants that dog anymore. For some reason, everybody wants them unhealthy exotics. That's what everybody's pushing for. I don't get it. There's a lot of reputable breeders out. Unfortunately, COVID turned everybody into a breeder. Myself, for one, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of people was bored. For some reason, a lot of people was looking for dogs. A lot of people that didn't have the time to have a dog had the time for dogs during COVID. A lot of people became pet owners and dog breeders. After COVID progressed and people went back to work, the shelters are full of them right now because those people lost that time again. The bully market, as of now, it's not over. It's watered down. You look at any other breed, the Rottweilers, German Shepherd, Huskies, they all look similar or the same. The only thing you'll really see is a slight size difference in some dogs. Some lines are bigger, some lines are girthier. That's with any dog. This is how genes roll. So many variations of an American bully that doesn't make sense. These dogs can't move, these dogs can't breathe. It's not fair to the dogs. My dog just took a shit. Really, Storm? It's too many registries, and the only registries that I respect is they think that they're doing their job to the best of their capabilities. Everything could always be a little better, but I would say the ABKC and USPR. I feel like the people should be able to do it. I feel like there should be a worldwide vote where if you are a member of all these registries, I feel like they should all come together and come up with a worldwide vote for every member and vote, and everyone vote who they think should be the top registry. After that, once the vote's in, it's like, hey, you lost, you won, now we're gonna help you get this one, turn it to one registry, and let's all work together. Let's close the stud books, that's what needs to happen. Close the stud books, close single registry, and work with the blood that we have. Nothing needs to be added, and go from there, and stick to breed standards. Every dog should be DNA tested. Every dog should be health tested. No breeding should be allowed without DNA testing. There should be a process that the registries make you follow by. And if you don't, they don't give you the papers. And that would hold people accountable. People would actually listen and be like, oh, I know I'm not gonna be able to get the papers if I don't follow these rules. But they don't. Perfect example. You should have your dogs health tested and DNA tested before you do a breeding. And you should have proper documentation showing the date of that testing, the results, and the breeding date. If it's not in that order, they shouldn't even give you papers. If they were to be strict like that, the strictness of bullies with papers would go up, it would rise. Papers would mean something. They don't mean anything now. You get a dog that's UKC, lacks breed standard, not healthy, and somebody sell it to you for $3,000, $4,000, and you think it look good, pedigree look good, and that dog might die 3 years later, 2 years later, 8 months later. You don't know. The market is oversaturated. I say this a lot, and people take offense to it. The market is not dead. Quality sells every time. You gotta adapt, learn how to adapt as well. everybody can't afford a $5,000 dog. If you feel like, oh, I was like that, I was like, oh, I want $3,000. They don't want it, I'm keeping it. Eventually, I ended up selling that dog for $1,500. I was comfortable at the day I sold the dog. I was comfortable with that price. Before that, I was so big-headed, like, oh, these are my dogs. This is what they worth. This is what I went through. It's what I spent on them. Da 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 da. That don't mean shit to the buyer. That don't mean shit to the consumer. You have to create a product that is undeniably for that person. If you don't, you might as well build a relationship with all the puppies. They're gonna be there with you and their mommy and their papa if you got them on site. But that's what it's about. Quality sells every time. So if you came across a stranger that had the same dogs you had for sale, but they had them, but just remember, they're not your dog at this point. Get that out of your head. They're not your dogs. You never met these dogs. You didn't see them. You didn't birth them. You don't know nothing about them. You want $4,000. If you see that dog from some stranger in Florida or whatever, would you say, hey, I'll pay $4,000 for that dog? If you won't be doing something wrong, that means your product is not up to par. You gotta be able to buy your own product. If you can't or won't buy your own product, you're doing something wrong. People that can't sell puppies, how are you treating them? How are you treating the customers? I've seen people talk to customers crazy. I've been talked to crazy. I've been brushed. I've been through all. So you not being able to sell could be your customer service. Really, like you gotta be willing to give it. When I be selling them puppies, I give you all the information: mother, father, grandmother, everything I can think of. DNA tests, pedigree. I'm sending you health tests. I'm sending you everything. So when you sit down that night, you thinking like, I done talked to 10 people. This dude Dave was on it. He's the only one that sent me this. You're gonna buy my dog. Simple as that. Now you gotta think, why did you do the breeding? I did 2 breedings before. I had no reason for the breeding. I didn't know why I did it. I mean, I did know why, but it wasn't to contribute to the breed. It was me thinking about me. And that's not gonna help the breeding. I just feel like there should be a reason towards the whole bigger picture of any breeding. If you health test the dog, if you DNA test the dog, do you know what's in your dog? Don't just go by what the breeder's telling you. Oh, it's an American Bully, it's purebred. These dogs is not purebred yet. They ain't get there yet. You can embark your dog and then they say American Bully. That doesn't mean it's purebred. That just means the last 4 generations were American Bullies. That 5th generation or whatever beyond could have been a little staff in here, a little bulldog. Like I said, I have every dog for a reason. I have my dog, King Kennel Boomer. He's like 37% bulldog. I have an English bulldog. I have that for a reason. But when I, along the future, start doing my breedings, I can shorten the snout. I can make them extreme. I can throw a little, you know. You gotta learn how to mix it right. Believe what they want. Believe what you want. These dogs are mixed dogs. I have an exotic, basically pocket, nano, whatever the fuck you want to call her. She got fresh bulldog in her. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. So in the past couple of days, I've been seeing a lot of people complaining about selling puppies, and the market is oversaturated, or whatever the case may be. Now, are you putting money behind your marketing? Are you just going on Facebook and Instagram and expecting everybody to do it? You gotta think outside the box. I post everywhere. I said that one day, and a breeder tried to say, "Oh, I'm not posting my dog on Craigslist." I post on Craigslist as well. Some breeder was like, "Oh, I'm not posting my dog on Craigslist. Those people are cheap and they'll end up in the pound." Yes and no. On Craigslist, you can get a whole lot of tire kickers. You are. But I've also sold a dog on Craigslist before too. I've had people come look at my dogs on Craigslist. If you have the product, they come in. No matter where you post it. You post it anywhere. If the product not there, they're gonna kick around. So it's just all in what you giving up, the product you putting out. And so, you should also put money behind your marketing, especially if you're trying to be a breeder. Don't just post on Instagram and Facebook and expect people to see it. Put some money behind it. Throw $200, $300 on the ad. Run it. Do it professional. Get some professional pictures. Take them. Come up with a post and make it catchy. Boost it. Promote it. You're gonna get people that you will never get on your page. DMing you. Shows exposure. Brings exposure to your page. Post on Hoobly, Hobby, however you say it. Instagram, Facebook. Get some posters. Post them at bus stops, restaurants, gas stations. Think outside the box. People are so lazy nowadays with the internet. They want the work to be done for them. You gotta put the work in. Oh, I see a lot of people saying they're skipping breedings. I'm not breeding this year. I'm gonna wait till the market die down. What you waiting for? Jump in. Stay in. Swim with the sharks, baby. Don't go home when it get red and then wait, let it cool down. Now you wanna come back out? Nah. Let's all get this money and follow by the standards. Today I just wanted to talk about, is the market open? Is the American bully breed dying down? Yes and no. It can be saved. It's gonna take us as a community to come together and vote what registry should run it, and the other registries should back that registry. Like, they can still all eat because they're already eating. So you merge it together. There's more help, more experience. It'll be it's like you can turn a freaking a Honda into a supercar. I don't see why not. Other than that, it's gonna take a lot. Nobody's health testing, nobody's DNA testing. People scared too. People won't trust the breeder, trust the blood. Nah, I trust the numbers, facts. But the market ain't dead. The equality needs to be worked on. Learn the breed standard. Before you start breeding, learn the breed standard. There's too many classes and variations of the bully. We need to pick one and stick with it. The rest should, that's why the registries should just come together. After they come together, they need to go with one standard, one size, between heights, whatever. Boom, that's what it is. The rest should be all labeled as F1 bullies or former bullies, F bullies. However they want to label it. All the paperwork, this is an F1, whatever the case may be. This is the standard American bully. This is the standard American bully. This is not the standard F bully. This is not the standard F bully. Whatever. What kind of dog is that? It's an F bully. What's an F bully? It's an American bully that doesn't meet the standard. Simple as that. Two dogs, two different dogs. You know what I'm saying? You can have a small whatever, but it'll be so much easier. That's it. It's your boy DV. I am the king of kennels.
I felt like a dog in the world, looking for a bone in my girl, and I'm just trying to eat. And I feel like everybody won't put me to sleep. I felt like a dog in the world, looking for a bone in my girl, and I'm just trying to eat. And I feel like everybody won't put me to sleep. Yeah, I feel like